This is a 20 by 24 Gallery 12 wood frame with the black finish. This is how you will get it. In your kit, you should find all the hardware, so the screws and the hanging hook and the picture wire are all in this little bag. And these corners on the frame are stapled on, so you can just pop them off. This is the front surface of your frame. Here's the back view. This is called the strainer, and it is what's going to hold all of the pieces together. This is the acrylite. I have to peel it, obviously. And this is the Archival acid-free foam board. That will be the backing board for this whole project. And all you need to assemble this is a Phillips screwdriver. Alright, so the next step is to remove the paper backing from the acrylic board. I don't know that I can start it with gloves on. I'm going to try a box cutter just at the corner here. So if you don't have fingernails, you can try gently using a blade to get it started. Alright, I highly recommend this method. This tube is not going to be big enough, so I'm going to get a different one. It will be big enough. Touch this. You really don't want to touch and get fingerprints on it or dust. Now we are going to get our blower. You can see a little dust already on this. And then we are going to get our print. And we are going to try and dust off the print. So now that we have it dusted, we're going to lay it face down on top of the plexi and then flip the entire thing over and remove this the same way we did the first time. Checking all the edges for dust. I'd say it looks pretty good. At this point, I'm ready to frame. Okay, so I'm just trying to gently flip this over. And then we're going to get our foam board as the backing layer. And then the strainer, you see these holes? That's where the screws are going to go in. Okay, you're going to empty out your packet that you got. You have the hanging stuff we don't need yet. You have all your screws, and these are the hooks for the wire. And then these little, they should have two small ones which connect those hooks. We don't need those right now. And then these are the ones to attach the strainer. So you just put them in the hole. You are going to have to use some pressure because there's no holes in the wood, which is why the smaller screwdriver like this is a better choice. So that was a bit tricky to do. If you have a drill, it might make things a little bit easier. Okay, now I recommend that you flip the image over to make sure that it's right side up. So we put the hooks in the right spot. And I'm going to turn it upside down just to make it a little easier. And then I'm going to measure. No, let's do 4. So 4 from the top. I'm going to make a little mark. That is where these are going to go. I'm just going to try and get it started by pushing into the wood a bit. Before putting this here. Alright, now we're going to attach the hanging wire. I'm going to come up through the loop. Give a little extra, a couple inches. And then we're going to go over, under the wire, over the top, and then through, and then just pull it nice and tight. And then you just wrap the excess wire. And we're going to just measure out how much we need. We're going to cut this, just scissors will work. And now we have a finished print ready to hang on a wall. It's framed archivally. One last thing I would mention is some people ask about putting a paper over the entire back of the frame, which is a useful technique, and a lot of frame shops will do that because it keeps insects from kind of getting in to your framed piece. If you plan to swap out your images, then probably wouldn't want to put the backing paper on. I used a 2-ply backing board with a 4-ply bright white window and a 20 by 24 Gallery 12 wood frame to do this project.